Hi, abstractionist. This is Tony. So this is the second part of how I've changed. So the first one, or it may go up first depending on how much space I got on my phone, because I've recorded my phone still. I don't have a camera, but these videos are like how I've changed. So one is how I've changed as a tarot reader and kind of like how I've seen things change, and then this one is how I've changed as a tarot watcher and kind of like what I've observed. And I wanted to get more into what I observed on the tarot watcher side and stuff like that. So the first thing I noticed is that I would much rather get personal readings. I know, like a lot of people like very cheap and they like don't want to pay a person, like they don't want to pay like a tarot reader, and it's just like, okay, I get it that you think that this is entertainment, but like if you're gonna use this and make actual fucking decisions about it, like I would like go and pay like somebody to like actually give you advice. And I feel like people don't want to like spend the money, but it's just like you're spending your time, which is more valuable, and you can't get that back. You can get money back. You know, I know we be hurting sometimes. I know you pull out your pockets and this shit's empty. I get it, but like you cannot pull out time out of your like pocket. So I would like, if you need to pay for a tarot reading or you feel so inclined, just go ahead and do it as a tarot watcher. Like I'm just gonna say that, because what I've observed is like people just want the free option, and it's just like that's cool and all, but if you can spare and you can do like a membership or something like that, to membership to one of the channels that you really fuck with, or like get a reading from a reader that you really fuck with, like do that instead. One, you may find you don't like that fucking reader no more. I'm just saying. And then two, you may really get helped and it's very specific to your situation, and as a result the information that you receive is just like way better, because collectives are just that, collectives. And I am a tarot reader, so like obviously I advocate for it, but like as a tarot watcher, like at some point you probably just want to get a reading, and don't don't not get a reading. Like if you want one, if you really feel like you want advice, go ahead and get like a reading, and like just be willing to pay for the reading, and you know, just pay for the reading. Another thing as a tarot watcher is I've said this before, I am very wary of people who use things like charms, things like, I mean, I don't mind letter tiles, I don't mind the letters and stuff like that, but I feel like if I'm watching a reading, read tarot, like read tarot. Like I feel like what you're doing is like not necessarily tarot anymore. It's like different kind of, I was gonna say mancies, like cartomancy, or you know, oculomancy, whatever. Like that's more your lane if you like are more in the charm feather, you know, and that's okay. Like that's fine. But I kind of feel like I feel like a lot of people, I feel like personally as a tarot watcher, a lot of readers are not tarot readers. They're like readers of other things. And that I would personally, as a tarot watcher, love to see more people read other stuff. I'm just saying, as a tarot card reader, I would love people to read more stuff with more stuff. I don't give a shit if it's a cup of fucking water, like with the scrying, or 3 cups of water and they all look the fucking same and this person just reads. I watch a few people that do the candle wax and stuff like that. I find that that's really fascinating. I watch a few people that use feathers. I like that shit. Like, can we get some variety? Like, as a tarot watcher, can we get some variety? Next. And I watch these sort of readings, so I know the kind of space, and I know how I've changed as I got like older and like stuff like that. But why are we watching? And I don't mean this as like to be rude, but why are we checking in on people who are envious, jealous? Like, and I mean incessantly, not like one reading, but like, like, I find it very weird when like a reader is only focused on like who's your haters and who's jealous of you and like what's their karma, and like I'm just like, oh my god, like like you don't have anything positive to read about. Like, okay, cool, people be hating, karma, you know, exists. I don't think people read about karma the same way that it probably really is fucking working out. Because I think people are like, what's their karma for like hurting you? And it's just like, maybe you hurt them and then they did something and you never really figured out what was going on, you know. You never made it out of the fog with that, and that's your lesson, and you keep watching this and you're like, yeah, because they did this, and it's like, maybe you did that shit to somebody else and you justified it and then it came back around or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Or it like, or karma doesn't work like that at all for you. Like, it works very differently. Child, this little band for my head. Go ahead and make this better. Yeah. All right. All right, anyway, so yeah, like, who's hating on you? What's their karma? Why are people jealous of you? Even stuff like, what's your reputation? Like, it's very outward focused, and I'm sorry, I love readings, I'm not gonna lie, I'm such a hypocrite, but those sorts of readings, I be like, it's entertaining, and I can see, you know, some hoes that fit in that shit. You know, there's some bitch somewhere that fits in this, like, you're a hater, don't even know me, never even met me a day in your life. I get it, but like, damn, like, y'all don't live, like, I kind of start to wonder, like, what are the lives of the people that be watching those kind of videos? Like, videos that just seem so, like, truth is stranger than fiction, I ain't gonna lie, but like, so crazy. Like I've listened to readings like the karmic, and they set shit on, you know, set shit on fire, and you know the readings, they be like, they try to send you to jail. The look, I be dying, like, I die laughing, because I'm just like, whose life is like this? It's like, they went to somebody to get work, it backfired, now they out of a car, now they out of this, they tried to take your baby, now this. I'm like, yo, like, I swear to God, like, whose life is this? I don't know, maybe I just be like vibing. I don't even feel like I'm like up here vibing. I'm like somewhere in the middle, because I have my moments where I'm just like batshit crazy and I'm like just cussing everybody out and I'm not giving a shit. But like, I just am so confused as to whose life resembles, like, you. If you dig deep enough in some of these, like, you start typing those who's your enemy type videos, you gonna come across those type of readers. And I'm like, as a watcher, I'm like, I don't want to be trapped in y'all shit, like, to be honest. Like, I want them to read, it's not having to read positive, but I'm just like, sometimes these readings that deal with that are very outwardly focused. And yes, the irony of going to a tarot reader and then not expecting it to be outwardly focused, because you're literally going outside of yourself to go to like, I understand that part, but like, to seriously like sit there and like really want to know who's hating and plotting on you. Because my thing is, what do you want to do? Okay, this person is doing magic on you, doing witchcraft, and the karmic is doing this to get this person back, and blah 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 blah. Like, what do you want to do about that? Are you going to do magic? Are you going to go pay somebody to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of you trying to figure this out if you're not going to do anything about it? And it doesn't mean you have to result with like violence and stuff, but like, are you going to do a protective ritual to then like protect your family or your car or your job or something like that? Or are you just going to sit here and be on the internet talking about like these people gang stalking me at work and they looking at me from private accounts. Some of y'all are paranoid. Paranoid. Emphasis on that. Nobody is like doing the shit to the level that you think. Some of y'all, you just have messy relationships. Messy relationships, unresolved issues. And like, that's what's working, that's what's going on here. If you clear up half the shit that you got going on internally, like half of that shit would go away. Or you wouldn't even like notice it and pay attention to it too much. But as a tarot watcher, it's very entertaining because I'm just like, whose life is like this? That's this chaotic. This chaotic. Other things as a tarot watcher, not too into twin flames anymore. I got into it, the twin flame thing. I don't dismiss the concept of like one soul split into two, because literally that's kind of how you get here, like biology. Like, we start splitting and then we end up being like a human. But like, fact check me. But you know, I've said this in other videos that I made on the channel, like, what if you're the karmic? What if you're just the person that they need to experience for that year or 6 months or 2 days or some shit? I don't give a fuck. Like, for them to get where they need to go, and like for you to get where you need to go, but like specifically for them, and like you thinking there's a karmic, and you thinking that like this person and I are really supposed to be together, and these people are just temporary. These are temporary bitches that he with. And it's like, maybe they're not. Maybe like that's his wife. That's her wife. That's her husband. That's his husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's their partner and that's who they're supposed to be with, and you were just, you know, nobody wants to feel like, you know, when the shoe was on the other foot, nobody wants to feel like they were like just a means to an end. And I don't mean like the person was calculated, but like in life you're just a means to an end. Like you're just one of the many people someone experiences to get them where they need to go, for better or for worse. It doesn't feel great when you're on the other end, you know. But then if you're the one and this person you wasn't really feeling anyway, it was like you were meant to get me from point A to point B, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, make that make sense. But yeah, so I'm not really big on the twin flame thing. I just feel like the twin flame shit is toxic as fuck. A lot of people who are watching are the karmics. That person is not going to leave that other person, and if they leave and they come back to you, best believe you're just going to get dumped with a lot of bullshit. I feel like the twin flame journey, I think, exists on such a spiritual plane that few people are able to reach it, and that is okay. We're mundane as fuck. Okay, cool, whatever. You know, out of 100 people, it's probably just one couple. one couple that will like be an actual twin flame type thing. The rest of us are just fucking delusional. Like, delusional, have unhealed stuff, don't want to settle for like just a soulmate, even though that can be an intensely beautiful connection. I think a lot of people just have to face the fact that they had a certain, and I can say this because I had, first of all, my astrology is set up like in such a way that like I know I just know this, you know, and I have to like look back. A lot of people have to look back on their like lives. This feels more like the tarot reader like video, but this is the tarot watcher, bitch. A lot of people like who you were then, who you are now. We need different things. Our journeys are different. And you had an idea of who you thought you wanted, and some people have never changed who they wanted or who they need to have right? It's still who they want to have, and not who they want plus who they need. Like, you know, you can still have desires for X, Y, and Z, but like when they have to be X, Y, and Z, and it's not like things like core values or whatever, and like those things clearly are just not helping you get to where you need to be. My neck is like, definitely not. I need to go to a massage therapist. You know, we want what we want, and I think the twin flame kind of thing, I feel like I like looked into like the psychology like side, and kind of like people are like, you have all these butterflies, that's your nervous system not necessarily being like on point, right? I get anxious, and I know that like I kind of feel like the more you sit with it, especially if like you separate and the longer you go without like talking and interacting with that person, like if you finally come back to that person, you probably won't even want to be around them anymore. Like you will have healed enough. Like there's so many people who, when I was in it, I like was like, oh no, I will never, like once they left my life, like I will never see it. And it's that unknown that makes you like very like weird and freaked out and shit. But then there's like other people that come along, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, you gotta humble yourself and be like, okay, after we break up with someone, like they'll like, would you want, you know, you wouldn't want that for yourself, that nobody else comes along, so why would you push that on someone else? Like no one's ever gonna come along be better, you know, like who the fuck are you, like, you know what I'm saying? So as a tarot watcher, I can't get with the twin flame thing because I just feel like it's keeping people stuck, and I think people go years, and I know this because I was that person, years of thinking that you thinking about them a lot and you pining for them a lot and blah 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 means something, and sometimes it just means you want the physical, and sometimes it means that they represent something that probably isn't healed, and sometimes it just means that you're still thinking of them. Like I don't know, like it's not like, sometimes it's not like as big as we make it. Like it doesn't have to be like this big destiny with this person. So as a tarot watcher, it's kind of sad to kind of like see people still in that space. And I mean, like, I'm not talking about like every few years it gets reinvented, right? Like it was on YouTube and now it's on TikTok and now it's on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Like it just changes like platform. I'm just saying that genuinely like new generations have come and gone, and there's people that are still like on that. It can be very dangerous for them. And I just, you know, the collapse, the psychological collapse that some people may have, like when they realize like there may be just nothing behind that, I feel like would be really hard to bear for people. So I personally don't want to promote it, so I won't as a reader. I like getting swept up in the fantasy. I used to watch those like love letter readings, and I'm just like, I know my partner wouldn't write this shit. My dearest, no, they wouldn't. They'd be like, what's up? Like, you know it's me. I know it's you. Who the fuck else do you think it's gonna be? Who the fuck else do you think is gonna marry you? Like, you want this shit or not? You want this ring or not? It's yes or is a no. If it's fucking no, I'm gonna leave. Like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. But yeah, like the topics, especially in the love thing, as a watcher, now readings that I enjoy the sexy time 18 plus readings. I'm not gonna lie, I have Venus opposed Pluto, enough said. Square my moon, enough said. 8th house Aries, enough said. A little bit of 8th house. So I'm okay with those kind of things. Lilith and Pisces, enough said, right? I like that kind of stuff. So I like that. I like the raunchiness. But the like relationship ones, like who's missing you, who's that, like those are mild for me. But some of y'all gotta be real. Y'all want y'all exes to like be thinking of you, and then you get on the internet and you're like, I wouldn't take him back. Yes, you would. Like, stop lying. Like, you definitely would. Like, why are you lying? Like, stop lying. You want this dude back. You want this chick back. You want this person back. Like, stop lying and just be real about it. Like, god damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people I want back. My god. Like, and we weren't even relationships. It was situationships. You know, like, my goodness. Like, you know, people be so up there. So highbrow. But like, god damn. Like, just stop. So, as a tarot watcher, I like watching tarot scammer videos. I just like people's thoughts on tarot scammers because for me, I feel like I don't want to say there are tarot scammers as a tarot watcher, but I just feel like there's people who don't really have the gift of reading tarot, and these questions and these topics are a way for them to just have a channel. And if they wanted to get monetized. And you know, I may sound like I'm from outside the club talking, can't get in. But I do notice that those readers, sort of readers, they do get a lot of pull. And I feel like the readers that, I'm gonna be real, a little bit more genuine, sometimes they don't be getting the reach that the people who be talking about your boyfriend's in jail but he's calling somebody to get bailed out, he gonna stay at his baby mama's house. Like, them kind of people, they get views, and I don't know, I feel like there's something with the population and the watchers, and that's the reason why y'all get that. Like, some people's lives are like that, but some of y'all, I'm like, you speaking on that, you want that shit because you dramatic and you want drama. But I do notice that some of the people that really got a gift for tarot, they either left tarot, their channels are very small, and they're just very niched. And the people that talk about, you know, what's your karma or what's their karma, and, you know, 18 plus sexy time, as much as I like them, I think some of them just pick up cards and just read, and they're not readers. They're just people with cards. I don't want to be rude, but I think it's very easy to get on here and pull something and be like, oh yeah, like 10 of Swords and stuff like that. Yeah, he's thinking about you and he's down bad. Meanwhile, he's like married and got engaged, got a promotion, all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to do that. It's very easy. So as a tarot watcher, I feel like, you know, the shift has gone. I see zodiacs as a watcher, but I feel like the pick a card lane is like very rich with it's a bounty of readers, for better or for worse. And you know, like, I don't like hate that. I just think that the pick a card readers kind of masked real readers, like, and people who really genuinely want to read and not just like, this is a goddamn come up. I think there's a lot of people who just wanted to ride the wave of it, and yeah, like, they did it, and I guess kudos to them. I don't know. Anyway, this video is longer than the first one, I think, so I'm gonna get off of here. Let me know what your thoughts are. These are longer videos. I don't expect like but 3 people to go watch this shit. I look at my analytics and I know that people don't watch longer videos on here unless it's about what they want to do to you and it's time and look. I get it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.